evening. This is going to be a 45-minute beginner mat class. So perfect if you've never done Pilates before, perfect if you've done Pilates a million times, because I'm going to provide a lot of modifications for us as we go. So let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully you have your mat rolled out or anything that's comfortable to lay on. You may also want some water nearby, but really that's all you're going to need. Just that and your beautiful, capable bodies. So I want you guys to go ahead and start at the back of your mat. I'm going to face you guys in the middle just so you can see what I'm doing, but I want you guys at the back of your mat here. So we're just going to start with some nice, easy, big inhales. Arms overhead. Kind of centering our bodies, tapping into our movement, tapping into our heart rate. Remembering that all movement is an act of love toward our bodies. This is not an act of hatred or punishment toward our bodies. We're moving our bodies because we love our bodies. We're practicing gratitude for all that our bodies can do. Practicing gratitude for what they are capable of in the next 45 minutes together. All right, so go ahead and stack your forearms on top of one another in genie arm stance, if you will. We're going to do some spine twists in this position. So go ahead and just twist to the right while trying to keep your hip bones just right in front of you, faced ahead. So you're going to be kind of twisting from that thoracic hinge region from your breastbone. This is going to force you to really tap into your obliques as opposed to completely turning your hips and going with momentum. If you keep your hips facing forward, this is going to force your obliques to work. Just going to warm up the core, warm up our abs here, nice and slow, and just breathe however it feels good to you right now. Engage that core when you twist. Doesn't have to be twisting too far to feel it. I'm sure you probably are starting to feel those obliques fire up already. Do a couple more. All right, we're going to add in some leg lifts if you're feeling up for it. So go ahead and as you turn to the right, lift your right knee up. Don't bend down in your upper body to meet it. Just keep your upper body where it is and lift up your right leg. Turn to the left and lift up your left leg. If that's a little bit too much of a balance challenge for you, you most certainly can even just point your toe out in front of you. Just the act of even moving your leg in that position is going to present a challenge for your balance, and it's going to force your abs to turn on and activate. So really, it's just a matter of what level of intensity you are feeling up for today. We want to make sure that we are listening to our bodies. Whatever feels good for your body today, lean into that. Lifting up that leg all is definitely going to tap into your lower abs as well. So really we're working the entire abdominal wall in this move. You might notice your shoulders are starting to burn a little bit too. A little bit of sneaky shoulder work. Good. All right, go ahead and shake out your arms. Give me a nice big inhale again. I'm going to come join you at the back of the mat, and we're going to do some plank walkouts. So let's go ahead and arms up above, inhale, and we're going to dive forward over our legs. You might not be able to get that far, and that's okay. You might be able to go all the way down, whatever is totally fine. Let's just pedal out our legs a little bit before we walk out to our plank. Just straightening and bending alternate legs. Just stretch out the back of the leg and warm up those muscles. All right, and then go ahead and just walk out to plank, nice and slow. If you want to, you can come down to your knees here. We're just going to hold this here for just a second before we pike our hips up, using the strength of our abs and walking back to the back of our mat, rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Deep breath, arms up ahead. Perfect. We're going to do that same thing again. So just dive forward over your legs, walk out to plank. Nice, long, strong spine here. Use the abs to pike up the hips and walk back. More sneaky shoulder work here. Make sure you're breathing. We never want to hold our breath as we're exerting energy. Bend over the legs. Walk yourself out to a plank. Very nice. We're just going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower yourself down. So knees down, all the way down to your tummy. We're going to do a short extension series. There are 4 planes of motion we're going to move our spine in today. So we're going to go for flexion, we're going to go lateral flexion, rotation, and extension. So we're going to start with extension, okay? All right, so down on our mats, I want you to widen your feet to the width of your mat. Drop that pubic bone down nice and heavy into your mat. And I want you to engage your core. Pretend like I'm sliding an ice cube underneath your belly and you don't want your stomach to touch it. So you're tightening up your core, engaging your core. And then go ahead and drop your chest down to the mat and make sure your nose is pointing down to the mat. So I don't want to see your heads cranked up at the screen. And I don't want your chins tucked too much. We want a nice long spine, long back of the neck, nose pointed toward the mat. Go ahead and palms down on the mat. I want you to place them right next to your chest, right underneath your armpit area. What we're going to do is what I call W arm extensions. So I want you to lift up your palms using the strength of your scapula, which is your shoulder blades. So you're going to retract your shoulder blades, squeeze them together, lift up your palms, and then extend your arms out as far as you can, and then bring them back in and set them down again. You can rest your head down in between reps if you'd like to. I'm going to just keep on going, but whatever feels good for you. You can also just do one arm at a time if both arms is a little bit intense for you, okay? So let's go ahead and go for it. So we lift up the palms, we retract our shoulder blades, and we extend our arms overhead. You're going to feel this in your back. You're going to feel this in your shoulders for sure. I even feel this in my like posterior oblique region as well. So this is such a good move for your posture, such a good move for your shoulder girdle, just keeping everything nice and strong. This is super hard. So again, if you want to just do one arm at a time, you are still getting so much work, so much burn. Great job. Just going to do a couple more of these, lifting the palms, sending them out above your head, pulling them back in. So some intense arm work here. Great. Let's do one more. Nice. Okay, we're going to go into a yoga pose called the cobra. So put your hands back down where they were by your armpits and then just slide them forward maybe about an inch, maybe an inch or two. What we're going to do is peel our upper body off of the mat, starting with our chest. So push away from the mat and peel your upper body away from the mat. This is going to cause your triceps to work, but hold your pubic bone down on the mat. So as you can see, we're in a beautiful extension of the spine. Lift your chin up to the sky, and then using the strength of those beautiful arms, lower yourself down. So belly goes down first, then rib cage, then chest, nose down to the mat. Again. So we push ourselves off chest first, keeping that chin tucked for a second here, and at the last second, we'll extend that chin. I feel this like crazy in my triceps, the back of my arms. This is so good for stretching out that chest region as well. And if you're not able to go up as far, that's fine. You can even move your hands out farther in front of you, and that'll help take a little bit of the pressure off of your arms. That's totally fine as well. Let's do a couple more, just peeling yourself off, really letting your arms do the work of pushing your upper body up. And we lower, tuck that chin. So good. One more. The slower you go, the more burn you're going to feel. Nice. Okay, let's push back into a child's pose, all right? So widen your knees to the width, about to the width of your mat. Sit back on your feet and just stretch your arms forward. Imagine that you're stretching the crown of your head and the base of your spine in opposite directions. So you're lengthening through all those muscles and joints and bones. Just deep breaths here. I already feel my heart rate is up. We are working. Alrighty, so we're gonna go into a core series. So let's come down onto our backs with our knees bent. And we're just, since we're changing positions here, and we're now on our back instead of our belly, we're just gonna do a quick head to toe checklist to make sure that our spine is in proper alignment to protect us while we're doing these exercises. So I want you to take your fingertips, press them into your pubic bone, press your pubic bone away from you so that if you lift your head up here, I want you to imagine that this lower region of your stomach between your pubic bones and your hip bones, that little triangular area there, is flat like a tabletop and just a complete horizontal, perfectly horizontal plane. So if I were to set a tray of marbles on that small triangular section of your stomach, none of the marbles would move. It would be perfectly steady, perfectly stable. That's what we call a neutral spine. This is going to cause a little bit of a gap between your mat and the back, and that's good. That means that your lumbar spine is protected in the exercises that we're doing. So I'll reference that little tray of marbles a few times through our exercises today just to remind you to keep that spine in neutral. Okay, so we are going to start with a neutral series. So go ahead and just lay your arms flat beside you, palms down on the mat. I want you to engage that deep core. So if you press your fingers down into your stomach and then cough a couple times, you feel how your core engaged and you felt that activation. Go ahead and do it again. I want you to hold on to that engagement. That's your transversus abdominis activating. That's the deepest layer of your abdominal wall. We want to hang on to that engagement as we're going into this neutral series here. So core is engaged. Your tray of marbles is nice and steady still. And we are going to lift your right leg up to tabletop and set it back down. Lift the left leg up to tabletop, set it back down. Keeping those marbles nice and still, keeping that gap between your mat and the back. Just continue with that motion. This is neutral series level 1. There are 3 levels and we're going to try them all out today. If any of them don't feel good to you, then just go back to the previous level. It doesn't mean that you're not strong. It just means that you're not feeling it today. You might be feeling it tomorrow. That's great. Okay, next time we get that right leg up to tabletop, I want you to hold it there, really hang on to that deep transversus abdominis engagement, and then lift your left leg up to tabletop as well. Right leg down, left leg down. Start with the left leg now. Left leg up to tabletop and right leg up to tabletop. Left leg down, right leg down. Just keep going. Make sure that you are breathing. And again, if this is a little bit too much for your abs today, if you find that you're shifting on the mat or you find that your abdominal wall is kind of creating a coned motion or a dome shape, then you want to go back to the previous level. Your abs aren't quite ready for this movement, and that's okay. We can work up to it. Breathe however feels comfortable to you. Even though it's your legs moving here, I really want you to think of this more as an ab exercise. This is your core working to bring your legs up and to stabilize them in this position. All right, next time you get your legs up into tabletop, I want you to hold them there. This is level 3, and this one's pretty difficult. So we're only going to do a couple of these. You're just going to extend that right leg long while keeping the left leg bent and bring it back in. This one is super hard for me. I find my abs are shaking right now trying to withstand that leg extension. A good way to modify this is to not go as far. So you can just extend the leg straight. If you wanted to make it super hard, you can like extend your leg almost to the mat. Whew, I can't do that one though. Okay, last one. Go ahead and pull your knees to your chest. Just rock your knees back and forth. Press that lower back into the mat for a nice little lumbar massage. You're doing super good. So much of our bodies have already been fired up into activation and they're working hard for you. You're doing really good. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, set your feet back down on the ground. We're gonna do something called ab prep. So this is different than a crunch. We'll kind of walk through it together. So I want you to hold your chin as if you had, imagine you have an orange in between your chin and your chest. And the position we're gonna go into, it'll be tempting to tuck your chin into your chest, but I want you to hold it as if there is a small apple or an orange between your chin and your chest. I want you to shoot energy through your long arms as if you're reaching toward the opposite side of your room, and then lift your head and shoulders. You're going to keep that tray of marbles nice and still, as well as the gap between your mat and the back. Shoot energy through your fingers. You're reaching toward the opposite side of the room, and you still have that orange tucked between your chin and your chest. So good. Come back down. Okay, we're going to do that again. Lift the head and shoulders, reach, reach, reach. Your whole abdominal wall is firing, come back down. This is ab prep. So just keep going at your own pace. Make sure you are breathing here. You might want to exhale on the exertion. As you come up, hold it for a second. Nice big inhale on the way down. So this is not a full crunch because we're not trying to lift our whole upper body off the mat. You are stopping at that breastbone region. That's your thoracic spine. So we're just hinging at the thoracic spine. We're hinging at the breastbone. I bet you feel your abs right now because I know I do. Okay, we're going to combine neutral series that we just did with the ab prep that we just did. So go ahead and come up to ab prep for me. And then we're going to do neutral series level 2 again, which is where we're going to lift right leg up to tabletop, left leg comes up to meet it, and bring it back down. And rest your head. You can also keep your head down if it feels uncomfortable to do both at the same time. Lift up into ab prep if you're feeling it. Left leg to tabletop, right leg to tabletop, left leg down, right leg down, and come down. We're moving with intention. Head comes up, right leg, left leg, right leg down, left leg down. So good. Doing amazing. It's so important to keep our core nice and strong because really the core keeps us so safe during every exercise we do. If it's lower body, if it's arm strength workouts, if it's cardio, really we want our core to be strong because it's going to help stabilize your spine. It'll make everything you do a little bit stronger, a little bit safer. Okay, pull your knees to your chest. And again, just sway side to side. Let that lower back sink into the mat. One more part to our ab series here, and then we're going to move on. All right, feet back down on the ground. Come back up to that ab prep. Bring your legs back up to tabletop. Then I want your arms behind your head, not holding the whole weight of your head, just kind of lightly touching behind your head. Elbows are spread wide. We're going to do a crisscross. So I want you to send that right leg out long as you reach your right leg to your left, your right arm to your left knee, and then switch sides. Left leg goes long as you twist over. Remember that tray of marbles, we're still in neutral spine here. So look down. If I set a tray of marbles down here in your lower stomach, they would be completely still. You still want to have that orange between your chin and your chest. If this is too much for you, put your feet down and just still do the twist with a leg lift. And that will definitely still give you great burn in your abs, but it'll be maybe a little bit more manageable if you're not able to keep both legs up at the same time. Because this is very difficult. This is a challenge. Great. Okay. Knees to chest again. So good. You're doing a great job. Beginner does not mean that it's going to be easy. So you're doing really good. Okay, go ahead and send your arms out long on either side of you so you're in like a T shape, and let your knees drop over to the left side. Try to keep your right shoulder blade on the mat if you can, and then just kind of gaze to the right. This is a good oblique stretch. Take deep breaths. Great. Switch sides. So your knees are going to fall over to the right side, and you're going to gaze to the left. Try to keep that left shoulder blade on the ground. All right. Come back, bring your knees back down to the center. We're going to go into a bridge series. So I want you to make sure that your hips, your knees, and your feet are all in alignment. The way that we're going to do that is by putting our feet together, and then I want you to pivot your heels out into a V shape, and then parallel your feet with your heels. So that is going to make sure that your, like I said, your hips, your knees, and your ankles are in two parallel lines with each other. So go ahead and press your long arms down to your side, palms down on the ground. We're going to lift into a bridge. So you're going to really work through your glutes to lift your hips up to the sky. Let's talk about this for a minute, because I don't want you to be overarching, lifting your hips as high as you possibly can so that you're up on your shoulder blades. That's not what we're going for. We are again stopping at that thoracic hinge, so about your mid back, where your breastbone is. I want you to have a long straight line between your knees and your hips all the way up to your breastbone is pretty much one even plane. Okay, so we're not trying to arch one way or another. All right, so we're just going to continue with that motion of a bridge all the way down. Rest at the bottom for a second. Squeeze the glutes to bring yourself back up. You can also press your palms down into the mat to assist you with this motion. Also, your core is still on, your transversus abdominis. Remember when we coughed earlier in class and we activated those deep core muscles? Those are still working for you. So good. You're going to start to feel this through your hamstrings as well. You can exhale as you bring your booty up. Inhale as you bring it down. Moving nice and slow here. We're not in a hurry. We're taking some time for ourselves. My booty's already on fire, and we've just begun this series. All right, next time you are up, go ahead and hold it up for me. Before, we were taking it all the way down to the ground. This time we're going to hover just above your mat without resting, and then come all the way back up. Hover right above the mat and come back up. So this is going to force your glutes to stay on the entire time. Moving nice and slow. If you're feeling this in your lower back a little bit too much, I would encourage you to just completely reset, come all the way down and rest, give your lower back a break, and then go back into it. Flex your booty super hard. Your glutes, your hamstrings are the main movers here. So I don't want you to be feeling it a lot in your lower back. All right, last one. We're going to hold it up. We're going to pulse. So pulse your hip bones up, 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 just about an inch or two. Not a huge range of motion here. We are like super burning out your glutes right now. You can take a break if you need it. Listen to your body. All right, come on down. Woo-hoo. Knees to chest, kind of stretch out from either side. You'll feel this stretch in your glutes for sure. Super good. Okay, we're gonna come back into that bridge formation here. So just like you were before, I want you to scoot your feet in just a tiny bit closer than they were before. We're gonna come back up to that bridge and we're gonna do some calf raises in this position. So come up on your tippy toes while we're doing an isometric hold in the bridge. So we're staying in the bridge and then heels back down. Heels up, heels back down. You might notice this has moved the burn a little bit more into your hamstrings. Make sure your glutes are on this whole time, your abs are on. That orange is tucked between your chin and your chest, so your cervical spine, your upper spine is nice and healthy and stable and safe in this position. Nice. Okay, hold it up. We're just going to do 5 where we bring it halfway down and hover and then back up. Just 5. Just 5. There's 1, 2. You can do this. You are so strong. 4. One last one, and I'm so sorry. We're going to pulse it just for 5. Pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it down. Oh, you did that. You freaking did that. My booty is on fire. And I'm sure you're probably feeling it too. All right, so good. Let's go ahead and send your left leg long and just keep that right leg bent. And you'll feel it a little bit more, feel the stretch move into a little bit deeper into your glutes. Now I want you to straighten your leg as much as you can. You'll notice mine is not completely straight because I have a little bit of tight hamstrings. Hang on with both of your hands either to the back of your hamstring, or if you're super flexible, maybe to the back of your calf, and just flex your foot and straighten. Flex and straighten. This is called a dynamic hamstring stretch. This feels so good. It really gets deep into the hamstring, and even like I feel the stretch even into like the bottom of my foot. So this is very good for arch support as well. Make sure you still have a little bit of a gap between your mat and your back in this position too, just to keep your vertebrae nice and safe. Nice. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So pull your left leg in long, pull your left leg in and let your right leg go long, and just hold in this stretch here for a moment. Deep glute stretch. Then we're going to straighten that leg as much as you can. Hang on to the back of the leg and flex and straighten. Flex and point the foot. Maintain that back gap. Feels so good. All right, we're going to go into a side lying series now. So go ahead and come onto the left side of your body. You can rest your head in your hand. I want you to go ahead and move your stacked knees up into about a 45-degree angle. I want you to take your hand and kind of push your hip away just a little bit. It'll only move about an inch, maybe 2 inches. This will create a little bit more activation in your obliques. I want you to glue your heels together, glue your toes together, and then lift up just a little bit. You might want to only lift up a little bit. You might be able to lift up a little bit more. You can also just keep your feet down on the ground. We're going to do clamshells. So with your heels and your toes glued together, you're going to open up your knee. It's not going to be a huge range of motion, and that's okay. This is really going to get your inner thigh region a little bit into kind of that lower glute region. You're just going to open and close your knees. This is called a clamshell. This definitely gets deep into those muscles. I feel my legs already starting to quiver, especially after that bridge series that we just did. Make sure that you're not opening all the way back and leaning back onto your butt. You want to try and balance right. There's a little hip bone that kind of juts out of your upper thigh. It's called your trochanter. So you kind of want to try and balance in that sweet spot where you're not leaning backward and you're not leaning too far forward. Okay, little challenge here. Let's go ahead and extend that top leg. We're just going to do 5 of these. Extend. If this is too much, just continue on with the regular clamshells, okay? We're just going to do a couple more of these. One more. Love it. Bring it down. Pat out that booty. She's working for you. She's doing good things. Okay, go ahead and straighten your bottom leg now and bring in your top ankle. You can either set it like in front of your thigh or depending on your flexibility, you might want to put it more in front of your knee. It doesn't really matter. It's the bottom leg that's going to be working. So you're going to stay resting your head in your hand here. Let's point the toes of that bottom foot, lift it up just a couple inches off the ground, and we're going to make small little circles. Doesn't matter what direction you go because we're going to go both directions. So just tiny little circles. As best as you can, try to keep your upper body completely still. So the only thing moving is your leg, making these little circles. This is really getting into your inner thigh. Go ahead and reverse the circle, whatever direction you were going in. Go the opposite direction. Whew! I feel this. Very nice. Okay, hold it still and we're just going to pulse it up, up, up. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Have mercy on my inner thigh. Whew, just a few more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. I promise we're going to stretch after we do the other side. We just have one more thing to do. Move that foot behind your thigh now, and you can go ahead and flatten your foot, prop up on your elbow here. I don't want to see you just completely slouched into your elbow. Make sure that you're nice and active and tall and stable in your upper body here. We are going to continue to work this bottom leg. So go ahead and lift it off the ground a little bit. I want you to flex your foot and then move it to the diagonal. Give me a little lift and then move it back. Really topping things off with these legs here. Beautiful. Go at your own pace. And again, try to keep your upper body completely still. The more you activate your abs, the more that they'll be able to assist you in keeping completely still in your upper body. Again, remember you're nice and strong in your shoulder. Let's do 3 more. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Nice job. So good. Okay, we're going to switch and do the other side, and then we'll do a nice long stretch for those legs. All right, so down onto your right side, head is resting in your hand. You are balancing on that little trochanter, that hip bone that juts out, and you're going to bring your stacked knees in at a 45-degree angle. Glue your heels together, glue your toes together. Option to lift your feet up off the ground or keep them down on the mat. And we're just going to open our knees and close. Keep your heels and your toes glued together. Definitely start to feel this one right away. You can keep your hand in front of you on the mat for stability. If you're feeling a little spicy today and you want some more challenge for your balance, you can go ahead and extend that right arm. That'll cause your abs to have to work more to stabilize you. I'm not feeling that spicy today. So I'm going to keep my hand down. Okay, whew, last 5. We're going to add in that leg extension if you are feeling it. And close. Open, extend, point, and close. Let's just do one more of those. Whew, Lord. Oh, so good. Okay, extend that leg long and move that ankle in front of your thigh with a pointed toe. Point the toes of your bottom leg. Lift it up just a little bit, and we're going to do those circles. Again, doesn't matter which direction you're going because we're going to reverse it in just a second. Use the strength of those beautiful inner thighs to create these small little circles. Imagine you've dipped your toe in some paint and you're just making a little circle on a canvas down there. Go ahead and reverse the motion. Beautiful. And you know we got to pulse it, right? All right, hold it still. Pulse it up, up. This is a small range of motion, but that doesn't mean that it's not super hard. Anytime we have to pulse anything, kind of die a little bit inside, but I also kind of love it. Okay, nice. Leg down, move that top leg behind your thigh, prop up on your elbow. You are nice and long and strong on that upper body. We're going to lift that leg, flex the foot to the diagonal, little bit of a lift, and bring it back. Abs are nice and strong. However far you can take your leg out is great. And I am kind of leaned back on my butt cheek just a little bit here, and that's perfectly fine. You can also extend the arm here if you want a little bit of a challenge, or not. Up to you. Whatever you're feeling today, you're doing great. Let's do 3 more. Nice. I think this is the last one right here. Okay, awesome. Okay, now we get to stretch it out. Okay, so let's go ahead and come into, as far as your legs can go wide. Again, I have pretty tight hamstrings, so I'm not able to do super wide splits here. You're gonna flex your feet, keep a tall, long spine, and you're just gonna lean forward until you feel those inner thighs catch in that stretch. Just take deep breaths here and lean a little bit more if you can. Nice deep breaths, nice long spine. Go ahead, keep your right leg in the same position and bend your left leg so that your foot is against your inner thigh. And let's just lean forward to the right. We're kind of isolating that right foot. Keep that foot nice and flexed. You can bring your arm overhead if you want to also add in a little bit of an oblique stretch for that left side too. Go ahead and do the other side. Left leg out long, bend the right leg, and we stretch to the side. Flex the foot. Beautiful. Okay, we just have a couple minutes left of class, so we're going to end in my favorite way to end class with a little bit of a weightless arms series here. If you've never done weightless arms, you're going to love it because you don't need any equipment and you feel a delicious burn in a very short amount of time. So let's go ahead and you can just sit on your legs if you want. You can be up on your knees or standing. Whatever you want to do is perfectly fine. So we're going to go ahead and extend our arms out long. You're shooting energy through all the muscles, activating all the muscles in your arms. Go ahead and flex your palms. And then we're just going to do small circles forward. Nice and strong. All the muscles in your arms are activated. Your abs are also on here because I don't want to see your upper body swaying and shifting. Everything's completely still. The only thing moving are your arms. Nice little slow circles We're not going off momentum, we're going off of the strength of your arms. If this is too much for you, you can lower your arms a little bit. You're still gonna get a great burn. Whatever intensity level you're up for today, let's reverse the circle. Flexing those hands. I'm already feeling the burn. I'm already feeling it. It's delicious. Great job. Let's go ahead and do some overhead reaches. So you can hold them still here. Overhead press till your fingertips touch at the top. Come back down. Overhead press. All the muscles in your arms are nice and engaged. They are on fire. They're so strong. All right, let's beat it twice at the top. We go beat, beat, down. Beat, beat, down. Beat, beat, down. You're doing amazing. At any time, if you need to take a rest from this and shake out your shoulders and massage your deltoids for a second, you certainly can. Okay, let's go ahead and face our palms toward the front of the room, fingers spread wide. We're gonna bring it into our ears and then press it back out. In toward the head, press it back out. We are burning out the shoulders. I'm telling you, it's been like, we haven't even been doing this weightless arm series for 2 minutes, and I feel like my arms are gonna fall off. It is such an easy, quick and efficient way to work out those arms. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead, goal post your arms here. We're just gonna go in and out. Bring it in and out. In and out. This is really good for your posture. Great for the shoulder girdle. We wanna keep you nice and healthy your whole life through. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna hold it in the front now. I want you to press your elbows together, press your wrists together, press your fingertips together. So your forearms are in a completely connected state. If you can see like this, we're at a 90-degree angle. All we're gonna do is pulse up, up, up. Whew. Press your arms together. Press your elbows together. Squeeze your forearms so like they're one joined motion here. Squeeze it together. Nice deep breaths. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Oh my goodness. Shake out your beautiful arms. Give your muscles, your deltoids, a little bit of a rub down here. All that lactic acid just moving through, burning. Feels so good. Whew, go ahead and move your arms in front. Nice, get your blood flowing. Let's stretch out your body a little bit here. So I want you to come into a proposal position. So 90-degree angle with your left leg. Scoot your foot forward just a little bit for me and just lean forward. You're gonna feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor, especially if you do a little bit of a pelvic tilt for me. So instead of arching your back this way, I want you to do the opposite motion and shoot your pubic bone forward and then just lean forward a little bit. If you flex your right butt cheek, it's gonna get even deeper into that hip flexor. Nice deep breaths. You did the dang thing. That was not easy, and you did amazing. Let's switch sides here. A 90-degree angle with your left leg, and then just scoot it forward a little bit. Pelvic tilt and micro lean. So good. Nice deep breaths. Let's go ahead and finish. Go ahead and sit on your butt. Legs nice and long. Flexed feet, tall spine. Again, just micro lean forward. You have shown your body a beautiful act of love today, and you did amazing at it. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining tonight's class. Definitely make sure you follow along for the next virtual classes that I have. Let me know what you thought of this class, and I hope to see you join another one soon. So have a good night.